Do you want to see your credit limit before you apply, or only receive a hard credit pull if you accept the offer and then get approved? These 13 cards from financial technology companies have that ability. This means that your credit report will not be affected and your credit score will remain in excellent condition, completely untouched. You can stop wasting time gritting your teeth while watching the loading screen for what feels like half an hour after hitting the submit button, because there's no walking away empty-handed. I'll show you how one card's limit can go up to $250,000, the hack you can use to get fully approved with just a soft credit pull, and every card you should completely avoid because of account shutdowns and credit limit decreases. And listen, you can find links to every card plus more, plus a lot more, on my credit card pre-approval master list. I'll leave that link below. Now, the first card is the Gemini credit card. This is a crypto rewards card, and even though crypto has taken a beating in the last 2 years, and its competitor BlockFi got shut down, Gemini is still standing. They even added the ability to add authorized users in the last few months, which tells me they're actively making updates, which is a good sign for longevity. It just takes a few seconds to pre-qualify with just a soft credit pull. But remember that pre-qualification does not mean you're approved. I separate these soft pull approvals into 5 major categories. You have pre-qualified, which is a 50 to 70% chance of approval. Then you have pre-approved, which is a 90% chance of approval. You've probably seen that all over the place. Then you have no hard pull if denied. And that means you only get a hard pull if you're approved. Then there's no hard pull until you accept the offer. That means you're guaranteed an approval and a credit limit with just a soft pull. And finally, there's full approval, which means there's no hard pull whatsoever, but that does require a hack, which I'll cover later in the video. Also, like a lot of fintech or financial technology companies, Gemini does not currently offer credit limit increases. So you'll be stuck with your starting limit for a good while. When you do get approved, they will hard pull your Experian credit report. And take a look at this data point. They said, did the approval, it came back with a range of rates and requested income to finish the app. I plugged in the required info and boom, metal card with 3 colors to choose from. They pulled Experian for me, which was a 798 FICO 8 score. Next is the M1 Owner's Rewards card. This card earns cash back at select brands and then they reinvest it back into your stock portfolio. Now, like a lot of newer companies, they've changed their rewards and fees over the last few years, so I wouldn't get too comfortable with their current setup. The great part is they guarantee full approval along with your starting credit limit with just a soft pull. They only hard pull your Experian credit report after you accept the offer. I was approved for a $7,000 starting limit a few months ago. I didn't accept the offer because I'm saving my credit for better opportunities on the business side. And there's no word on whether you can increase your limit or not, but I wouldn't hold my breath on this one. Here's a data point. They said approval for a $6,000 starting limit, lower than I wanted, but still high enough to pull the trigger. Excited to see how this one works out for me. I'm an M1 Plus member, so this was a bit of a no-brainer for me since they waived the annual fee of $95 for members. They're giving me 1.5% to 10% cash back, plus $300 of an intro bonus with a $4,000 spending over 90 days. And it's a metal card if that matters for you. The hard pull happens when you accept the offer, and they pulled Experian for me. Now, last year, M1 did away with the $95 annual fee requirement, so you can sign up for this exact card with no fee, but fewer rewards. Now, moving on, next is the PayPal MasterCard. This card used to be one of the best everyday catch-all cards on the market until they added the 3% foreign transaction fee and then reduced its minimum cash back rate from 2% down to 1.5%. The only part of this card I like anymore is the 3% you earn on spending when using with the PayPal button, which is ballooned to being offered on a ton of websites now. It basically becomes a dedicated online shopping card for me. Now, I should warn you, it's issued by Synchrony Bank, which is one of the most hated credit card companies because they have a tendency to decrease credit limits. They close accounts without warning and give less than average customer service too. But here's the thing, you will not receive a hard credit pull if you're denied, which is a complete breath of fresh air. They will only pull your TransUnion credit report if you get approved for the card. Now, I have a $20,000 limit with this card, and I've been able to get several sizable limit increases over the years. And here's a data point with this one. They said, then today I got this targeted email saying, earn a $150 bonus when you spend $500+ within 90 days. It felt like it was meant to be. So of course, I did what any of us would do. I filled out an application and hit apply. Page loading, loading, and loading. My TransUnion report was frozen though. Once I unfroze and filled out the app again, I hit apply and then loading some more. Then I get approved for a $20,000 limit. Super stoked, Back to the garden I go until my car lease is up in May. So since this card is issued by Synchrony Bank, it's obvious to me that the credit limits with this card can grow quickly. The only thing I'm concerned about is using this card for the right spending categories now that the reward system has changed. But what if there was an easy and free way to earn more credit card rewards? Meet Kudos, the sponsor of this portion of the video, and possibly your new favorite browser extension. It's a free AI-powered smart wallet that helps you unlock more rewards and benefits from your credit cards when you shop online. So you can think of Kudos as Rakuten, Credit Karma, and Apple Pay all rolled into one. And like Rakuten, Kudos will help you pick the best card to use at over 2 million stores to guarantee that you'll always earn the highest rewards, points, or cash back. You can also earn extra rewards shopping with Kudos. For example, during July 4th, Kudos offered up to 25% back at sites like Priceline and Sephora, which is 4x times higher than the 4 to 8% with Rakuten. And Kudos is like Credit Karma. With their exclusive partnership with the Points Guy and Card Match, you can discover new credit cards and get access to the best welcome bonuses available. But finally, Kudos is like Apple Pay. With Kudos, you never have to fill out your credit card info ever again. Just select the credit card that you want to use, and Kudos will make shopping super easy by auto-filling your card info with just one click. And the best part is, Kudos is totally free. So if you're ready to start earning more credit card, rewards points, and cash back, click the link below and sign up with the code CAL to get $20 back after your first eligible purchase. Don't shop online without Kudos. So the next card is the Deserve Digital First card. And just like the name says, this is a digital only card, so you can only use it by adding it to your Apple or Google Pay wallets. It really earns low rewards and was really only created to market its credit card creation system to other companies. I was approved for a $7,500 limit almost 2 years ago, but now it looks like signups are limited because when I go through the approval process, it tells me, oh no, we're unable to accept the applications right now. But just over a year ago, someone got approved with a decent limit though. Here's the example. They said, Deserve allows you to check your approval on a soft pull. So I tried it a few months back and was approved for a $6,000 limit, but I didn't accept the offer. I've been thinking more lately about it and thought, why not? So went back and reapplied. Easy and quick application, which at the time you can download the Deserve app for your phone. I came back again for the $6,000, so I clicked submit, and after 30 seconds, it came up with, we need just a little more info and we'll be in contact. About 2 days later, I got a call from a fantastic customer service representative who just wanted to verify that I did apply and asked me a few questions. Took about 2 minutes. She then said, check my mobile app within 24 to 48 hours. It wasn't even an hour that lapsed and my account was ready. All I did was click accept, which then you get a hard pull and it immediately went to Apple Pay. Very smooth from start to finish. They only hard pull your Experian credit report after you accept the offer. Now, I've noticed that every credit card company is constantly changing how they handle pre-approvals and when they accept them, especially fintechs like Deserve. If you wait and don't follow through with the pre-approval, don't expect it to be there waiting on you months later. So let's talk about the Mission Lane Visa card. This card is really meant for people building credit and comes with absolutely no rewards. Depending on your credit score, you could be looking at no annual fee or up to a $59 annual fee, but some people are able to avoid the annual fee altogether. Check out this data point. They said, I have no annual fee card from Mission Lane that I have kind of put in the sock drawer and have had no activity on for about a year now because I have a lot better cards to use. I will admit it was a great card when I was in a rebuild. Now, Mission Lane will hard pull your TransUnion credit report after you accept the offer. After you've had your card for about 6 months, you can expect a nice credit limit increase. And here's an example. They said, I received my Chapter 7 discharge today. I went to Credit Karma and saw I had an offer for Mission Lane. Applied, spun for a moment, and bam, approved for $1,500. I wasn't expecting that high of a limit, and it will double in 6 months. Next up is the GM Rewards card. So this card has one of the best features of any card on this list. It's really meant for GM vehicle owners since the rewards can only be redeemed on those new vehicles. But there's two big things everyone can get value from: the 0% APR for 9 months and the fact that you can get fully approved with just a soft credit pull. Check out this data point. They said, went through the whole soft pull pre-approval process and they ended up pre-approving me for a $3,500 starting limit based on a soft pull. Someone pointed out that he was able to accept his offer from them and get a card without a hard pull, so I decided to try the same. I froze all 3 of my credit reports and went back to accept the offer, and I was instantly approved for the offer that they had given me. Always great when you can do something like that without a stupid hard pull. And they're right. All you have to do is secure your pre-approval with them and then freeze your credit reports. Then accept your offer and you're done. It's easy to see why this card has been super popular with hardcore credit card users trying to raise their limits. And if you don't end up using the card freeze hack, then they will hard pull your TransUnion credit report after you accept the offer. Now, once you get approved, you should be able to request a soft credit pull limit increase every 6 to 8 months. So let's talk about the CareCredit card. Now, this card can only be used for healthcare purchases and is supposed to help with spreading out those large payments to make them more manageable. And you know what was news to me is you can actually use this card for cosmetic surgeries that your health insurance refuses to pick up. Synchrony Bank issues this card, so be aware of those bad practices like credit limit decreases and auto closures that we talked about earlier. But I should warn you, they do use the term pre-qualification, which usually means there's less of a guarantee of approval, but here it seems to be better. From other data points, it seems to be more like a pre-approval with this case. They will even show you your starting limit too. I was just pre-qualified for a $13,200 limit. And here's a data point. They said, well, dang, had to go through the verify process with taking a video and sending a pic of my driver's license. All in all, it went well. They gave me what I pre-qualified for. Not sure what my score was, as I just lost 7 points on TransUnion for carrying a card balance of 28% utility. I think my TransUnion was around 736. I normally pay in full, but with the new home, I will be carrying a balance on probably 2 cards for about 6 months. I was concentrating on high scores while house hunting, but now that we got that out of the way, it's going to be needs over FICO scores, just for a few months at least. And with this card, you'll only receive the hard pull on your TransUnion credit report after you accept the offer. And next up is the Venmo credit card. This card integrates seamlessly with the Venmo app, offering customized cashback rewards based on spending categories. It's another card that will only hard pull your credit if you're approved. And if you do get approved, they will pull from TransUnion in that case. It's also issued by Synchrony Bank, which could be a downside if you're trying to avoid too much exposure to them. On the bright side, they're known for giving nice credit limit increases though. I've had several increases from my starting limit of $12,000 over the past 3 years. Now, I have a $20,000 limit that I use mostly for Sam's Club purchases since the Venmo card codes spend there as groceries instead of a big box store like many other cards do. And check out this data point. They said, so over the weekend I had some time, and with the new year, I figured I might as well roll the dice. I got the Venmo card with an instant approval for $12,000. Scores across the board were 770s, no baddies. Why I got the card, I use Venmo a lot, so I figure I may as well have one. Let's move on to the Apple card. So Apple partnered with Goldman Sachs to launch this card, and I considered it mostly a 2% back catch-all card. It is more of an entry-level card that is really meant to be used as a digital card with your iPhone. This is one of the rare cards that shows your starting limit with just a soft credit pull. Your TransUnion credit report is pulled after you accept the offer though. Now there used to be a lot of reports that you could get approved with strictly a soft pull by freezing your credit reports like we did with the GM card, but that feature hasn't come back at this time. And the bright side is that you can increase your limit easily, sometimes every 31 days by using a high percentage of your available limit every month. I've even seen several people getting up into the $30,000 to $40,000 range and one person reaching $80,000. Check out this data point. They said Apple Card credit limit increased to $80,000. Line was moved from $70K to $80K just now. All FICOs are 825 plus. Moving on to the Upgrade One card. Now, most of Upgrade's cards don't let you avoid paying interest similar to a personal loan, but the One card will give you a grace period of 1 day so you can repay without interest being charged. You can even get decent rewards if you use their checking account as well. And similar to the Apple card, Upgrade only soft pulls your credit to give you the pre-approved offer. The offer even includes your starting limit too. There are no consistent reports, but it seems like Upgrade is pulling your TransUnion report during pre-approval. And there's no word on what happens after you accept the offer. I've seen the reports say that they have a tendency to ask for proof of income for people, so you want to be truthful about your income here especially. Here's what one person said. They said, previously did a pre-qual which came back at $10,000 with the highest APR. I set the offer out and let it expire. Decided to give it another shot. This time it came back with a slightly higher credit limit and better APR. Then I accepted the offer. No proof of income was required, although on the first app, they asked for tax returns, pay stubs, and W-2, which I did submit by the way, but ended up not moving forward with. This time around, no docs requested. Go figure. And since this card is a cross between a personal loan and a credit card, it won't report your usage to the credit bureaus. It will report as an installment loan instead. And since it functions more like a loan, that means you can draw funds from the card and send them directly to your bank account. So moving on to the Petal card. Now, this is a Visa credit card that evaluates you based on your banking history and is mostly used for building credit. They have 3 different cards, with the best option being the Petal 2 card, since it actually comes with some permanent rewards and a decent max limit of $10,000. One thing I really did not like was recently they added an $8 monthly fee for some existing users who had no annual fee on their Petal cards already. What made it even worse is they never gave specific details about how they determined which customers would get charged that fee. Here's the data point. They said, so Petal 1 just made it super easy for me to close my account with them. I got a Petal 1 2 years ago as part of my rebuild because it has no fee. I did see a few months ago they released the new Petal 1 Rise with an annual fee, and their site currently shows both. No annual fee and the Rise with annual fee. However, today I got an email that they are adding an $8 per month fee to my Petal 1 Legacy card. So I logged into my app and it gave me an option to accept the $8 fee or close my account. Since it's a sock drawered card, I closed it. Bye $1,400. It's not a big deal. I was contemplating calling in to close it anyways. They just made it super simple for me with a click of a button. It helped me when I needed to rebuild, but I outgrew it with much better cards. And with Petal, all they need to do is soft pull to pre-approve you and show your starting limit. Once you accept the offer, they hard pull your Experian credit report. And if you're looking for credit limit increases, Petal likes to give you one after 6 months of good performance. So this one's exciting for me. It's the Aven card. Now, you'll be seeing me talk more about this in a future video. It's similar to the upgrade card because it combines 2 different credit products into one. It's really a cross between a credit card and a HELOC because this card is backed by your home equity. And they're a newer company, so be prepared for changes to happen and new features to be introduced quickly. You can earn good rewards like a credit card and gain the ability to withdraw cash money and send it directly into your bank account too. This really has the potential to be your one and done credit card setup. You only need a 640 FICO score to get approved, and with just a soft credit pull, you get a pre-qualification offer along with your starting credit limit. Plus, those limits start at $5,000 and go all the way up to $250,000 based on how much equity you have in your home. I'll definitely be testing this card out for myself a few months after my next home purchase. Now, here's a card I've been using for many years now. It's the Sofi credit card. This is a flat rate 2.2% back catch-all card when you set up direct deposits into a Sofi checking account. Sofi has been around for many years at this point and recently became an actual bank, which puts it way ahead of many other fintech companies. I've been using my Sofi credit card since I had early access over 4 years ago. It's had a few solid upgrades like allowing people to redeem for full cash back without a Sofi checking account and no major nerfs to the card. I would consider using this as my one card setup if I really wanted to simplify things. The only major downside is the fact that you can't increase your limit reliably. I started with a $10,000 limit, and to this day, I still have that same limit. And check out this other person. They said, strike one was when I learned that they have a policy of no credit limit increases. You cannot get a credit limit increase, period. Later, I learned why, because they've scrutinized all of their credit accounts. So you're totally bucketed in perpetuity on all of their accounts, like Capital One does on some of their accounts. Now, I really hope they change this policy because it's not fair to everyone who is loyal and uses their card responsibly. I found that Sofi will hard pull your Experian credit report only if you get approved for the card. Now, if you want to see 9 more bank credit cards that you can get pre-approved for without a hard credit pull, then check out the next video here. Thank you for watching.